Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today, as requested in my comments of my 200 subscriber special, I'm going to be showing you how to make a firework display in Minecraft. Now this is quite easy. You shouldn't really have any difficulties once you know what you're doing. You're going to need a lot of dispensers. So firstly, you want to make sort of any pattern you want. We're just for the demonstration, we're just going to do like a line like this. Let's say that that's where you want your firework display. That's where you want them to shoot out. Now you can do this sideways as well, but it'll keep in mind it will literally shoot out that way. So if you want them to shoot up like an actual firework, you'll want the little hole to be facing up. Now, once you've done that, it is just as simple as filling this with fireworks. So if you want to know how to get custom fireworks, you can look on the Minecraft wiki page, and there is a whole list of how to actually craft customized fireworks and different ones. But if you're in creative, if you do /give command block and then you place that somewhere, just remember you won't be using this for your actual build. This is just literally to give you the custom firework, and then you'll put your firework command here. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So first of all, you want to go into your browser and go to digminecraft.com. There'll be a link to this in the description, and I'll have a direct link to the one that you need. But if you just would rather not use links, you can just go straight here. So you want to come to digminecraft.com and you'll be greeted with this page. Then when you're here, you literally just want to go over to where it says command generators on the right and click on use. Now, depending on the version of Minecraft that you're playing on, you'll either be using the Java edition or the Bedrock edition. So if you're on a console or anything that's not a PC, it will be the Bedrock edition. If you're on PC, if you have it from the official Minecraft website, you'll be on Java. If you have it from the Microsoft Store, you will be on Bedrock, just as a little heads up in case you're not sure. So, yep, you just scroll down and you will find all different types of commands that might be of use to you, but the fireworks rocket generator is the one we're using in this video. Now, you can have the /give or the /summon command option. For what we're doing, if you want to set it up with dispensers, you're going to want the /give one, because that'll actually give you the firework, whereas /summon is the command that will just, it'll summon a firework, as if you've just placed it, or as if you've just shot it out of a dispenser. Rather than giving you the option to actually put it in a dispenser as an item. So you want to do the /give option for what we're doing, and @p is fine, that doesn't matter. Now this is a target filter, this just doesn't matter for what we're doing. You just want to scroll all the way down until you get to the select fireworks rocket options, and you can choose how long you want your firework to fly for, which 1 is obviously quite short, that's what you saw in the 200 subscriber special. The 2 is a little bit longer, and 3 is the longest, so that'll be exploding really high in the sky, whereas 1 will be exploding quite low. So we'll do a flight duration of 2 on this one. If you want lore, what lore means is if you say when you have the item, it will say something under it. So we'll say we can put our lore as subscribe to Officer Noodles. And the name of it, obviously, you can have, it'll be Firework Rocket by default, but if you want that to be something else, you can call it something else, like Epic Firework. That's always pretty cool. And then you can choose how many of those you actually want. So obviously, we want as many as we can get, so we're going to go for 64. Okay, so moving on, we have the explosion details. Now, obviously, you'll see here it says explosion number 1. That's because you can actually have more than one explosion in a single firework, which is actually quite cool. So obviously you have the shape. This is probably going to be the most important one, assuming you're just going for a standard firework. You can have the small ball, which is the typical firework. It's just a small ball. The large ball, which is what I used in the 200 subscriber special video. You can go for star-shaped ones, which is star-shaped, creeper-shaped, which is creeper face-shaped, or burst, which I believe is like a large ball, but it kind of slowly spreads. I'm not entirely sure. You can look on, you'll find on YouTube all the different ones, but just for the sake of the video, you know what, we'll go for burst, Then you have the flicker effect, which is, quite what you'd imagine really. It'll make like a little flickery, sizzly sound, and it will, the colours will as you'd imagine, flicker. We're going to leave that off, actually. And the trail is when it actually shoots the firework. Do you want to see the little white line that you normally see when a firework is launched, or would you rather that be invisible? I personally quite like it. Now, this is where the part that is actually interesting comes. You have the explosion colours. Now, explosion colours are probably what you care about most. You want to start in this section, and then you want to move into fade colours. So the explosion colours, let's say black. That means you'll have a black firework. When the firework first pops and explodes, you'll see black. If you just selected black, you'll just have a straight black firework. If you selected every single one, it would just explode in every single colour. I would recommend, if you are doing that, to get rid of black, white, and light grey and grey, because all the colours sort of get drained by mostly the whites and the greys. So just keep that in mind. But we're going for a different firework, so we want this to be a black firework, and we want it to fade into a colour so that it ends where towards the end of the explosion it'll actually change colour. Let's say we want this to be a lovely sort of aqua colour, I'm feeling like, so we'll go for cyan. We'll have it fade into a nice cyan. You can actually pick more than one of these as well, so you know what, we'll go for lime as well. Better the best of both worlds. And then obviously when you've done all of that, you can either add another explosion if you so wish. So you can actually make a rainbow effect where it'll explode once, you'll have red, it'll explode twice, you'll have orange, and so on. There's so many different things you could do, so many different options. So we went for burst originally, so we'll keep it burst. Obviously we'll keep our trail on as well. You know what, we'll make the second one flicker as well, make it a bit more exciting there. And we'll have this one fade from white to, say, I don't know, green, maybe red. We want it to be a little bit different to the original one, so we'll go for purple. We'll have it white to purple. And then you just hit generate command, and it will generate you a 1.16 command. I believe you can generate it for an earlier version as well, but I think that's due to something that I changed, but it's okay. Depending on your actual firework that you make, you may or may not be able to make it for 1.16 or below, but you should probably be playing on 1.16 anyway because it's a newer version. So literally all you have to do is copy that command, and it'll say here, tip, the following generate command is longer than 256, blah 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 blah. That's basically just saying you need a command block. So we're going to go back into Minecraft, and here's our little command block. You want to paste your command that you copied from the website in there. And now when you flick this lever, you can see it's given me some fireworks. And it's called Epic Firework because we changed the name. And it also has the lore in the purple writing down there saying subscribe to Officer Noodles, which, might I add, you should definitely do. So here's what our firework is going to look like. There you are. Let's follow it up. And you can see it sort of fades into white and blue at the end, which is actually really quite cool looking. There you go, it's got like this green and bluey effect, which is really quite nice. So now, once you've gotten all the fireworks you want, you're obviously going to fill up your dispensers with those fireworks by just, if you press middle mouse on it, you'll make two, but because of a mod I have on at the moment, called mouse tweaks, I'm able to just like swipe over with the middle mouse button and place loads. But this, if you're doing this on vanilla, keep in mind you will have to do it like this, pressing middle mouse on each single individual one like that. So just before anyone comments, how the heck are you doing that? It isn't actually possible if you're on vanilla. But there you go, once you've filled in all of your dispensers, this is where the redstone comes in. And if you don't know redstone, this bit might be a little bit difficult for you, but don't worry, I'm going to explain it, make it nice and easy to understand. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to dig down 2 blocks below our dispensers, because you probably don't want to see the redstone. If you do want to see the redstone, that's fine. It makes it a lot easier to wire up. You don't even have to do any digging, but just assuming that you don't want to see the wires, then you want to basically dig 2 below the dispensers over there, and you want to fill this up with redstone repeaters that are pointing directly towards the dispensers, and you'll see they'll be actually going into a dirt block, but that's okay because that'll still power the dispenser. Now, you want to clear out some space behind these, because we are actually going to need quite a little bit of space to work with. I'm just going to use Wild Edit and create myself a little open space to work with, just so you can see what's actually going on. And what you're going to need is a redstone comparator, redstone, dust, and a redstone repeater. Now, obviously, to start with, you're just going to put all of your redstone dust behind those repeaters, so you should have something that looks like this. Now, all you have to do, find the middle space and make a little red wire going from it. Now, do keep in mind, you might need to set up a repeater system if you have a really long Firework system, because redstone power doesn't actually travel past 15 or 16 blocks. So just do keep that in mind. If you have more than, say, 16 blocks, you will actually have to set this up in a system where it will all go off at the same time, and that might get a little more confusing, but I'm sure you can figure that out if you know some basic redstone. So that's all you want to do. You want to set that up going directly into a comparator. You don't even have to have that going in there. You can literally just have your comparator there if you want to, which, you know, we'll do that. And then what you want to do is, actually no you don't. I take that back. I apologize for that misinformation. You want to have your redstone wire going straight into your comparator. You want to right click on the comparator so that a little redstone torch turns on, and then you want to put your redstone torch, you want to put your redstone dust around so that it sort of creates this little square almost. It goes like into itself in both sides. That is perfect. And then you can just send your wire to wherever you want to detonate it. So let's say we want to detonate it from the side of that house that I made over there. Obviously that's going to be quite a long way away, but this is quite useful because in the video obviously that is what we did. So I figured I might as well include that. So now obviously redstone doesn't travel that far, so you're going to only have the general rule of thumb what I use is about 12 blocks, 12 redstone dust before I put a repeater down, just to stay on the safe side. So you can see we've already got 2 here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we have 12 redstone dust between that and the comparator. That's just to make sure that the redstone stays powered, so it doesn't just completely end and you don't see anything happen. So then we're going to do the same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now again, you should be safe up to 15. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But if you want to stay on that safe side, you can just go a little lower, and you'll know that you never will really ever have to worry about your redstone not being there. You might realize it'll have a bit of a delay, but that's just what happens with repeaters. They do cause a little bit of delay, and in Minecraft Bedrock Edition there will be a delay anyway, because there's like a 1-tick delay before everything that you do. So yeah, then when you've finished, you can just cover up your redstone wiring completely with whatever block you like. Just make sure you don't break any of it or it will not work. We're just going to cover this with grass blocks, and you can see right over there. Actually, I should probably have made sure that we actually have a lever down. So don't make that mistake. There you go. It's a good job I included that, I suppose, just so that you remember not to make the same mistake that I did. Now, I would suggest using a lever when you're doing this, because it will actually let you flick it and it'll stay on and it'll keep like pumping out the fireworks, whereas if you have a button it'll only do it for like a short period of time. So make sure you have a lever there. Now again, all of this can be covered up with any block that you are using. Anything, if you want it to look completely covered, you can go for that. And there you go. Now it just looks like the original dispensers in the ground with the fireworks like we started with. But now when we go all the way to where our detonation point is, you can see all we have to do is give it a pull, and then if we look over there, they will all start to shoot out and explode. Now I will give you a little bit of advice, and I will say I think there's not enough power actually going into it. So, okay, there's something to know. If you want to do this, I would suggest putting a repeater going into the actual comparator then, so you know you've definitely got enough power. It would appear that there's not enough, so yeah, if you want to slow this down, slow down the repeater, maybe. Okay, maybe you just can't. I suppose you would have to use a different redstone clock, which is fine. I'm sure you can figure that out. There's plenty of different redstone clocks on the internet. This is just my favorite because it's the fastest. So let's line that back up, and you'll see they will all shoot out, and you'll have a little firework show going on. Let me get a little bit further away from that because I can't even hear myself. But yes, you'll have a lovely firework display of whatever firework you chose, any customization that you chose, just as simple as that. And it's really quite easy. You should be able to get this set up in quite a short amount of time, even in survival. And I also just for the fun of it wanted to include what it would look like if you did it sideways. You can see it shoots out sideways like that, and it'll actually pop, and it gives you a bit of a different effect, and it's quite cool. I do quite like that as well. So yes, if you did enjoy this video, do please leave a like on it before you go. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day, and peace.